Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ways of the Sith. Thank you so much for taking time to check out the channel. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Ways of the Sith. So, we're back for another episode of Comic Relief. And I kind of held off for the last couple weeks simply because I either didn't have a lot and I wanted some stuff to compile. This way we could talk about it at length. And some other issues of stuff I really wasn't enjoying. So I didn't want to just come and do a fully negative episode. So I got a little bit of everything in here, some Spider-Man, some Star Wars, some new series that I picked up, which we'll talk about. But let's get into it and we'll talk about everything. All right, so first things first, just to get this out of the way, I've been reading the Spider-Man Dark Web crossover and I absolutely despise it. I really think it's one of the worst crossovers Marvel's done in quite some time. It really has no interest. The story kind of was already wrapped up on itself before it actually ended, which tends to usually happen with Marvel crossovers. They never usually stick the landing. They always usually swerve at some moment, and that's pretty much what has happened in this. If you weren't watching the previous episodes, basically, to sum up Dark Web, it's Madeline Pryor, Jean Grey's clone. She took over as Queen of Limbo, Goblin Queen, and Ben Reilly, Peter's clone, has taken a new identity. Chasm is his name, and he teamed up with Maddie to basically bring Limbo to Earth, and they invaded New York. The whole plot was basically just so Maddie could get her memories from Jean, which Jean willingly gave her, and that pretty much summed up Maddie's whole story. Now Maddie's teaming up with the X-Men and Spider-Man to go against Ben, who became King of Limbo. I absolutely hate this iteration of Ben. He's much more interesting in the previous iteration. This Chasm character is awful. He's awful as a villain. I hope after this storyline, we don't see him for quite a while because I'm tired of it. Really don't care about Ben Reilly anymore. Let's get the rest of this Spider-Man book back on track where it started. I know the next storyline, we're finally going to find out what happened in the initial time gap where this story starts off. So I'm very, very interested in that and seeing where Mary Jane's getting these powers from. But overall, Dark Web, I would totally pass on the whole entire story. And another book that's kind of been stuck in a holding pattern, especially I think over the course of these next couple issues as they'll be doing this no space story, Star Wars, the main title. Unfortunately, it really doesn't tie in with the Crimson Reign and Empire storyline anymore. They kind of took the heroes and the rebels, the main people we know. They brought Admiral Holdo in from the sequel trilogies, really trying to expand on the fact that she's been Leia's friend going back all the way to here, but most of us don't really care about her at all. She's not very interesting. She's not really a fun character, even in the comics. So really this whole story has no bearing on anything. I'm currently waiting for them to just wrap this up and get us on to the next thing, but they have everybody currently stuck in this place basically called no space, and once you're there you apparently can't get out. But they're going there looking for some missing fuel tanker that they need fuel for the rebellion, and they feel like if they find this missing tanker they'll get all the fuel they need. So we'll see where it goes. I'm really not liking it at all. Looking forward to this getting back on track. Now the bread and butter of the Star Wars comics, Darth Vader. This run has been simply incredible. Currently, in this issue, Sabe is still working with Vader, but it seems now that Vader has a plan for all of the handmaidens at some point. Padme, her whole squad basically is still alive. The group of handmaidens that served her, and they try to take on Vader. It's unsuccessful, and Vader basically puts them all in service to him in order to go save Sabe. And it seems very interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to all result, but I'm guessing all of the handmaidens eventually are going to try to, get a fast one on Vader, and Vader's already going to see it coming. That's kind of what I'm anticipating, because I highly doubt he's going to leave all of these lookalikes alive of Padme. But hey, while he's got them there, I hope Anakin is doing his thing, if you know what I'm saying. But I've really been enjoying this series. I'm looking forward to Crimson Empire continuing. They took a little break, I guess, to make some changes in the story. But it should be coming back, I believe, at the end of this month or the beginning of next month. So Crimson Empire, gonna be really good. But Darth Vader series has been fantastic. Another Star Wars series that's been a lot of fun has been Yoda, this new miniseries that they decided to do. Basically, it's Yoda on Dagobah, and Dagobah, however you say it. He's on that planet, and he's having flashbacks to the High Republic era, where he went and helped this civilization during it. I'm guessing if you're reading the High Republic books, you've seen this event like transpire. So these are just mainly flashbacks to kind of show you parts of that story and show him reflecting on that. It almost seems like the Force is making Yoda reflect on this planet, and maybe he's going to have to go back to it while he's been isolated. But I'm really, really looking forward to the next issue because they teased Dooku, and that we're going to see a little bit of Yoda and Dooku's relationship, which is really awesome. And now with Tales of the Jedi, he's a character that I really, really want to see them do a lot more with. There's a lot of stories to tell. It would be great to get more of that. So I'm all for that. This Yoda series has been really cool so far. All right, and on to a new series that I started picking up, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from Boom Studios. I had watched some videos on YouTube. I am very excited about the 30th anniversary this year. When I saw that was getting released, it kind of renewed my interest. I went back and watched some of the first seasons, some of the other seasons and important moments like overtime that I might have missed. But I had heard so many good things about this book and what's going on in it that I had to pick it up, and I absolutely loved these 2 issues that I did pick up. I'm probably going to go in and look at some of the trades, see where I can pick up some of those, and really just dive in and read this full story, because the videos I watched on YouTube breaking it all down, really, really fantastic. I love the art of this book too. Like, it's drawn really nice. There's great colors. It's cool because you're getting both iterations of the original team, the way they did it. Power Rangers really expanded on their lore with the multiverse and the way things work. So it's really, really cool. And I've really enjoyed both of these issues. So I'll definitely be going in, looking at some of the trades, but highly, highly recommend picking up this if you see it. And last but not least, fans of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin Lost Years came out today. Issue number 1. And I have a feeling this is going to be a highly sought after book because it is the first appearance of the brand new Turtles from the Last Ronin storyline. Spoilers for the end of that. At the end of Last Ronin, April's daughter had a new set of 4 baby turtles, and she was going to train them and be their master and teach them how to fight to defend New York now that Mikey was gone. So this is really, really cool. It follows some of the adventures of Mikey in the past from the Last Ronin book that we haven't seen, and then currently shows April and her daughter, you know, training these new turtles, and it's not going as easy as April's daughter thought it was going to go. But really, really cool. For those of you wondering, here's what the new turtles look like. Really, really cool. They're all different. One of them is female, I believe. 2 of them might be, but I know one of them definitely is. So really, really interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with this going forward. But I really enjoyed the first issue. Continues the Last Ronin saga. The story was fantastic. The artwork is fantastic. So really, really cool. Well, that'll do it for this jam-packed episode of Comic Relief. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the breakdowns of all the different stories and what's going on in the books. If I had anything to recommend out of all of these things, The Last Ronin, Lost Years, highly, highly recommend picking that up. It was great to read that. I was a huge fan of The Last Ronin storyline. So to see it continued and now to get to see these new turtles is going to be interesting. Power Rangers, like I said, really blown away by that book. I'm really going to dive back and try to get some of the other issues and some of the other stories and see some of the trades. But definitely, absolutely love that. And then Yoda. Yoda, I think, is been really great so far. The Vader book as well. But Spider-Man Dark Web, just pass on that whole thing. Wait for it to be over with. I believe the next issue of Spider-Man is like starting fresh again. and that should get us back on the main storyline from the original book. So hopefully going forward, Spider-Man gets back to being really, really good, because it was one of the books that I was really, really enjoying reading. But thanks again for taking time to check this out. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you guys are going to be picking up, or if there's something else I should be reading that I'm not. Thanks again. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, may the Force be with you.
We would be honored if you would join us.